Subscribe to the channel and like this page, or I'll send this horse to your house and destroy you. What fact sounds legit but is actually fake? NASA spent millions of dollars on a pen that could work in space, while the Russians just used a pencil. They didn't spend the money developing the pen, Fisher did, and then approached NASA. If a baby bird falls out of a tree, touching it will make it smell human and cause the mum to abandon it. Not true. If you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. A cop to 16-year-old me. The US $2 bill is no longer printed for circulation and as such has been hoarded by collectors. Because it's been hoarded, it's extremely valuable. $2 bills are still being printed, though none will be printed in 2020 because there is enough supply of them to meet what little demand there is. Since they are hoarded by collectors, and money collectors are really the only people who want multiple $2 bills, there is almost no extra value in them. Basically, anyone who wants $2 bills has a stockpile of them already, and anyone who wants one and doesn't have one can easily get one from a collector or even your local bank. Since no extra value exists in them over the $2 face value, many hoarders are willing to part with a bill or two. Carbon monoxide is heavier than air, so put your detectors close to the floor. The first people to die of CO poisoning are the ones lying down. Reality, CO is about the same density as air. In fact, it is actually slightly lighter than air, so it doesn't matter where you put your detectors. This myth likely started because CO fatalities are most likely to occur while people are sleeping because they are not aware of the symptoms of poisoning, i.e. dizziness, nausea, etc., versus those who are awake. Blanks are harmless. Just ask John Eric Exum. Wait, you can't, he's dead. Always wait 24 hours before reporting a missing person. This can actually be quite dangerous. Caffeine stunts your growth. It's been scientifically proven that an average dose of caffeine has no effect on your height. Caffeine does not affect growth hormones unless it is in absurd amounts. Like 35 cups of straight caffeine, not 2 cups of coffee and a Mountain Dew. Your eyes don't grow. They do actually grow, but they grow very slowly, like really slowly. By the time Grandpa turned 90, he had eyes in the back of his head. On the US interstate system, it was designed so that at least 1 mile in every 5 miles was straight so that it could be used as a runway by the military in case of war. This was done to appease certain politicians that opposed the massive spending on the interstate project. If you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live. Hey, you. Don't you fucking dare skip this ad. You would think a site that is aware of the fact that its user base is mostly trying to be discreet, and I'd say a good 85% or higher use headphones while viewing, wouldn't use the loudest goddamn ad I've ever heard in my life. Swallowing the gum will make it stick to the stomach. You eat 8 spiders per year while sleeping or whatever. Average person eats 8 spiders a year. Factoid actually just statistical error. Average person eats 0 spiders per year. Spiders Georg, who lives in cave and eats over 10,000 each day, is an outlier and should not have been counted. For one person to single-handedly bring the average up by 8, they would need to eat 165 million spiders a day, that is 1910 spiders a second, with no breaks. Hair grows back stronger after being razored off. I was told this for so long. A 12-year-old has the sense to see that the stubble that occurs after shaving just feels and looks more coarse because of the blunt ends. And I was taught this by every female role model like it was the gospel truth. The first video ever uploaded to YouTube had to be taken down in 2016 for violating the terms of service. I'd believe the shit out of this one. If the earth moved just 10 inches, then we would all be dead. Eating carrots improves your eyesight. This nugget of false wisdom originates with World War II Allied propaganda and its efforts to conceal a technology from the Nazis. One of the ways the British defended against bombing raids was by holding blackouts to make it harder for incoming planes to find the targets. At the same time, the Allies were curiously good at shooting down German planes despite the blackouts. This needed a cover story because it's incoming pun warning blindingly obvious that small mobile aircraft are slightly harder targets than large stationary factories and cities. Hence the explanation that defensive gunners were supplied with a diet high in vitamin A to promote good night vision. Hence carrots. It's true that vitamin A deficiency can contribute to vision loss. The public garbled this into a notion that excess vitamin A intake imparts supervision. Actually, what adequate vitamin A mostly does is prevent the cornea from excessive dryness, which can be one cause of clouded vision. The myth about carrots persisted in popular culture long after radar stopped being a classified technology. Source: https://www. Smithsonian Mag.com. Arts Culture. A WWII propaganda campaign popularized the myth that carrots help you see in the dark. 288124884. If you touch your penis, you will grow hair on your palms. My grandmother used to tell me that. My palms aren't hairy and I jerk off all the time. That popping, crunching joints on your hands will give you arthritis. It's not true. I read that it's not your muscle bone cracking, but just air escaping. It's the synovial fluid being moved around the joint and displacing gas bubbles. Which is why you can't pop the same knuckle twice in a row very easily. You have to wait for the gas to move back into the joint to be able to displace it again. There's hot singles in my area who want to meet me. If you tell me, I won't get mad. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. They're also mad. I've been in both situations. Finding out a random friend stole a measly $10 from me in college. Not mad, just disappointed that he would risk the friendship over something so petty. Finding out that my group of closest friends all decided together to start a D&D campaign without anyone mentioning it to me or asking if I wanted to join. Going so far as apparently specifically telling everyone not to let me know they were excluding me. Not mad, just disappointed. Actually no, I was so legitimately upset that I couldn't sleep even 12 hours after I found out that your blood is blue when there is no oxygen in it. I think it is darker when it has no oxygen, but not blue. Coconuts have hair and produce milk, therefore coconuts are mammals. So are they birds. It could explain their migration habits. Are you suggesting coconuts migrate? We only use 10% of our brains. Roman people would use bird poop to dye their hair. True. The birds used to produce the poop were actually somewhat expensive to keep. It wasn't just random chickens. It got so popular that opportunistic people would mix together things that looked like the bird poop to sell, and ended up using fats for texture and consistency, and lard for color. This counterfeit poop ended up being more popular in the long run thanks to its cleaning effects. Hence, shampoo. Shampoo for my real friends and real poo for my sham friends. 92% of people will believe a statistic if you use a high enough percentage. Reading in a dark area hurts your eyes. It just tires the muscles more quickly. Edit. Most of you guys think I'm an eye expert or something. I'm just a teenager who read a science book and wanted to share some information with the people of the internet. I'm not a doctor, so please don't take this claim too seriously. Also, for those of you asking for a source, I'll work on finding one. This is just something I remember reading. Edit 2. Sir, I found a source. Apparently, while it won't damage your eyes will just tire more easily when reading in dim light. Source. Ad. Black holes suck in everything. If a black hole of the same mass replaced our sun, we'd still go around it as if nothing happened. Well, we'd all be frozen to death, but let's ignore that. Worth noting that a black hole the same mass as the Sun would be about the diameter of a not especially large town, about 4 miles. A black hole the same diameter as the Sun in the same place. Yeah, then we might get some sucky. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. As disproven by skyscrapers. During Jimmy Carter's inauguration, he carried a live mouse named Squeaky in his jacket pocket. Driving with the dome interior light on is illegal. Krusty Krab isn't unfair. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Reddit content.